Greetings friends, it's me Kelly. I'm back with another video. I'm calling this one Using Contrast to Your Advantage. And when I say contrast here, I'm talking about having either a positive or good feeling about something or a negative or bad feeling about something. Usually as a result of a decision that you've made, and then when the outcome comes, you're not satisfied with the outcome. So you may take this time to start beating yourself up with a bunch of negative talk about yourself, and your brain will try to find evidence to keep you stuck where you are, because your brain feels like it's a safe place to be. And so you can take these times, instead of you beating yourself up more, and use strategies to bolster up that foundation of that goal and get back on track. Don't go further off track, and actually maybe find ways to plan in the future to be stronger, have a stronger willpower to stay on track versus just giving up completely. I will use my example of avoiding food choices. I'm trying to avoid dairy right now. As if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm always talking about coffee. So, of course, I had a great big coffee, and I had a sandwich that had all the stuff that I should be having. So, at first, I was like, oh, you deserve this, cheat, because I do allow myself to cheat on occasion. But this day, it hit me wrong, and I didn't feel well, and so there was regret for doing that. Plus, I broke a really long streak. I hadn't bought a store-bought coffee in a very long time, and so I really regretted not staying on track with that, because now I have to start over. So see, here you go. Oh, I have to start over. That's how that works. See how that works? I instantly go to a negative thought, and let's beat myself up, and why do you even try? Give up now. So you can kind of see how that happens. It can probably happen for you like that too, because we all kind of have similar systems in place to keep us doing the same thing, because our brain really enjoys that routine. It likes knowing what to expect, what to do. And when you are pushing through to make changes, the brain is not exactly helpful most of the time. So that's exactly what happened. I got all these negative thoughts about myself and my willpower and food in general and coffee in general. And it was really kind of silly, since it was just a sandwich and coffee, but here we are. So I did text my accountability buddy to say, wow, I really blew it at lunch. And they responded with, sometimes you need to test yourself just to see that you're on track. And I didn't know at the time why that. I was like, man, that sounds really brilliant. And I wasn't really sure why. So I decided to take more time to uncover why my intuition was saying, that's really a good statement for you. That's a really encouraging statement, and one that can help you out. So I decided to, anytime that I have kind of a strong reaction to something, that is my hint that I need to take time to really spend time analyzing my thoughts, do a thought download, maybe do some writing about it, and really put some thought into it so that I can make it a benefit versus just a detriment. So I took the time to get still and really think about, how did I get to the place that I decided to make this food choice in the first place? And, I was kind of feeling sorry for myself, because it's kind of been a hard week. I felt like I deserved it. That's always been my rationale to allow myself, stuff that I want. Is that, oh, you deserve it because you've been working so hard and it was a rough week, and you deserve to treat yourself. These are all the thoughts that were leading me up to make it okay to make that decision. And then the regret, I made all these, beat myself up thoughts. And anytime you're having any of those kind of thoughts, it is to help you uncover your limiting beliefs. So take that time to write those down, and so you can get down to the core limiting belief that is standing in your way that needs to be addressed. And so for me, I think it is that I don't have willpower. I've always felt like I don't have a lot of willpower around food, and that it's always caused me to fail in the past. And also, I don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to cut it out for the rest of my life. I can have, on occasion, a treat, and it's really not worth killing myself over it when I do that. So anytime I can have a chance to beat myself up, I'm usually right there to do it. So I think taking the time to really bust it down to your limiting beliefs so that you can do some work on that, and give yourself some self-love instead of beating yourself up, saying, okay, yeah, you did make a mistake here, you did slip here, but here's a great opportunity to strategize how to make that better. So for me, one of the things I chose, an exercise I chose, is that I wrote down that all the reasons why I regretted that coffee. It was too sweet. It's not like how you remember. It's not what you remember. It wasn't as good as you thought. You regretted it. So don't do it. So I can put that all on a little card. And I can pull that out when I have that weakness again. When I'm telling myself, oh, you deserve that coffee, I can pull that card out as a note to myself. Hey, man, remember last time? It wasn't as good as you thought. It was too sweet. The milk made you feel crappy. You spent all that money on that coffee, and you knew that you'd rather buy something different, like a book or something, with that money versus a coffee that's kind of in and out, and then you don't like it that well anyway. So I put some affirmations in there too, and so I'm putting the energy into building myself up and finding a strategy to help keep me on track versus just deciding that I'm, suck and I can't stay on track, blah, blah, blah. So I also want to end the whole thing by framing it rewriting the whole experience and framing it to, I am so grateful for this reminder to help me stay on track. Because if I didn't have this flip, I probably wouldn't remember, oh, wow, that's right. I always regret it when I buy the coffee. I always feel better when I stay on track. And so I think that little bump from my accountability buddy to just say, hey, take this as an opportunity to remind yourself why it feels so good to stay on track instead of taking all this time to beat yourself up. So anyway, there's my little spiel on that. It was super helpful to me. I hope it's been helpful to you. I hope you're having a great day. It is a choice. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.